Welcome to the Town of Abingdon, Virginia Planning Commission regular meeting. We appreciate your interest. We encourage public participation in our meeting. Your comments are important to our decision-making process. There will be two opportunities during the meeting to address commission members. The first will come early in the proceeding when we ask for public comment for items not on the agenda. The second will come if there is a public hearing when the chairman opens the public hearing to public comment. Anyone addressing the commission will approach the podium, give their first and last name, and complete physical address. Comments must be limited to 3 minutes. Roll call.
Mr. Austin?
Present.
Mr. Johnson?
Present.
Mr. Weaver is absent. Mr. Pennington?
Present.
Mr. Sproles?
Present.
Mr. Wilson?
Present.
And Mr. Schuman.
Present. Next order of business is approval of the minutes of the regular meeting, November 27th, 2023. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? If not, is there a motion to approve them as submitted?
Yeah, I make that motion.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I have to abstain. I wasn't in the meeting. All right, the next order of business is comments for issues not on the agenda. Has anybody signed up to speak? I don't.
Nope.
Anybody here to speak? Okay. Move on to the next order of business, a certificate of appropriateness, special use permit, Marathon Realty Corporation, Cook Street, Meadows, Lot 7, Abingdon, Virginia 24210. Certificate of appropriateness for signage located at Cook Street, Meadows, Lot number 7, Abingdon, Virginia 24210. Tax map, parentheses 021-8-7 in parentheses. Staff report.
So yes, the request is by Marathon Realty Corporation. Have requested approval of a certificate of appropriateness to add 1 monument sign, 1 primary wall sign, and 6 secondary/minor wall signs located at parcel 021-8-7 in the town of Abingdon. The property is within the general business zoning district B2 and is within the Meadows Plan Unit Development. Some background. The site is part of the Meadows Plan Unit Development. The design, uses, entrance locations, and the final plat dictate many of the requirements on the parcels located within the Meadows. The project is subject to those requirements as well as the entrance corridor requirements identified in the Town of Abingdon zoning ordinance. Access to the site will continue to be Cook Street. Staff findings. So in your packet, you'll see that we've brought out sections from the covenant just to show you guys that it shows there, so I'll just mention them. So staff findings, monument signs. Each parcel under 5 acres in total was area shall be allowed 1 monument on said parcel which shall not exceed 10 feet in height and 8 feet in width. Monuments may be relocated by owner with developers and towns prior written approval. The applicant is proposing to add 1 monument sign, 1 primary wall sign, and 6 secondary/minor wall signs on the property. The monument sign will be a double-sided LED lighted sign with pan faces and vinyl graphics. It will consist of a custom decorative metal topper with a brick base laid in a stretcher bond pattern. The sign structure will be 10 feet in height, 8 feet in width. The sign dimensions meet the dimension requirements stated in the Meadows Restrictive Covenant. The background color of the signage will be white, whereas the wording will be red and black as seen in the rendering below. And as you can see here, I have it up on the big screen as well. For the wall signs include any signage on structures and/or buildings, whether leased or owned. Primary front elevation, each tenant/owner shall be permitted 1 or more signs. Up to 2 square feet of wall sign area shall be allowed for each horizontal linear foot of exterior wall length. If an exterior wall length is less than 20 feet, the maximum allowable sign area on that wall shall be 40 square feet. The Meadows Restricted Covenant allows on the primary elevation of the structure 1 or more signs. The size of the signs is permitted up to 2 square feet of wall sign area for each horizontal linear foot of the exterior wall length. The main wall sign will be LED lighted channel letters on a raceway. The sign will measure 81.5 square feet. The primary wall sign's color scheme will match the monument sign's color scheme. Now, in the covenants and as to our zoning code, when it says minor signs, it's a little different. So I'm going to read you what they have for the minor signs in the covenant, and that's where we're basing it off of. The following are requirements for allowable tenant/owner auxiliary signage on each parcel: window and minor wall signs. Minor wall signs may be applied directly to the storefront in the form of painted wood or finished or enameled metal panels with painted, carved, cutout, or applied dimensional letters. The 6 secondary wall signs are considered minor wall signs under Section 3. Additional allowable signage of the Meadows Restrictive Covenant. Each minor wall sign will be 3 feet by 6 feet, carved and painted HDU panels. The 6 signs will be a total of 108 square feet. So HDU is just another material. That's kind of a lot of the signs we see in the HBR, in the OH district. The applicant provided examples of carved HDU panel signs that the 6 secondary wall signs will resemble. Many of these carved HDU signs can be found in our old and historic district. So this is just an example of what one would kind of look like in a sense, minus the lettering and everything. It just kind of shows you the texture of it, of how it appears when painted. The horizontal length of the front elevation is 140 feet, allowing for a maximum of 280 square feet of signage area. The applicant has proposed a total of 189.5 square feet, which meets the design standards for the Meadows Restricted Covenant. So in summary, the signage plan meets the Meadows Restricted Covenant. Allowed 1 monument sign, proposed 1 monument sign. Allowed monument 10 feet high by 8 feet wide criteria. Proposed monument sign meets that criteria. Length of the building allows for 280 square feet of signage. Proposed is 189.5 square feet of signage. There is no limit on the number of minor signs. The proposed are 6 minor wall signs.
All right, thank you, sir. Is there anybody here who wishes to speak to this?
Good evening. My name's Tim Kirkendall. I'm with KVET Foods Marathon, and I'm here to answer any questions you have.
Anybody have any questions?
I know it will, but the brick, as far as the base, is gonna be matching, same as on the building and other structures within?
Same brick.
Same brick, okay.
Other questions, comments? What's the pleasure of the commission? Is there a motion?
Well, I'll make a motion that we approve the certificate of appropriateness as submitted.
Is there a second?
Second?
All right. Any additional discussion? If not, Gabe, would you call the roll?
Mr. Austin?
Aye.
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Pennington?
Aye.
Mr. Sproles?
Aye.
Mr. Wilson?
Aye.
And Mr. Schuman?
Aye. That's pretty painless.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. All right. I guess the next order of business is old business matters not on the agenda. I don't know of anything. Does anybody have anything particular? If not, is there a motion for adjournment?
I'll make a motion.
All right, is there a second?
I'll second.
All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, we're adjourned.
I didn't want it to be that odd.